Not yet. Wow, the audience is going crazy. So funny.
Crickets.
All right. We appreciate everyone's patience here. YouTube always behaves a little weirdly after we do our main show, but we do have Yassine Daboon joining us for the after show tonight. I'm going to listen to this audio. Yeah, we can now hear the live stream, and we hear that the laughter. Well done. The laughter totally worked. Kim is going to be reading off questions for Yassine that were given to us during the main live show. If you are watching this after show, we appreciate all that you do for us by being a Patreon supporter. So jump into the live chat room here. And if you're watching on Patreon, click the link of this video. It'll take you over to YouTube. The YouTube has the live chat room, and Kim will be in there pulling live questions as well. So let's get to as many as we can while we got Yassine before we let him go visit his family. He's been gone a while.
A question from Trina. Trina says, would you consider PTL and work as a team with someone?
Yeah, it's so funny that question came up because when I was with Willie and a few other friends out there leading up to the race, we had talked about it, and as like a group, because you can do 2 or 3 runners.
Right.
So I've learned to never say never in this sport. So I'm not going to say, I would never do that, but it does sound intriguing, different, because I just was reading about it, and they say, based on the tradition of this race, by finishing, you're a winner. So they don't have even placements, or I don't even think the course is marked. Like there's,
it's not marked.
It's a really interesting kind of tradition behind it. So I would consider doing that, seeing it in a different way, a different style.
Question from the Gumby Chronicles. They asked, Yassine, what happened at CCC that you can use for races later this season or next season?
Great question.
Just really staying on top of your nutrition and hydration, and not, getting complacent and minimizing things. I guess, as many of these that I do, it just really shows that how getting behind on some of these, you just have to really stay on top of that stuff. So definitely don't want to have to suffer again like that. So take that with me to the next.
Great question from Nathaniel. They asked, when the committee convenes to discuss retiring, what does CEO and board chairman Yassine do to overrule them?
Well done with the metaphor continuation.
I like that. It's really tough sometimes. And I have DNF'd before because the committee got too overruling. And one of those, and so I think that is one of the benefits of DNFing, is because you know what that hollow feeling is on Monday when everybody's posting about the race and you're laying there with the DNF. So I kind of use that as I try to think that all the way through when I'm out there. Like, for example, on the Hurt course, when I want to drop so badly, I think about how I'm going to be down there on vacation, laying on the beach with a DNF, asking myself, why didn't I just keep on going? Yeah. And so I really just try to think it all the way through and realize that, it sucks right now, but you're going to be so much happier if you just keep plugging away to that finish line. So, we always say feed the good wolf. Whatever wolf you feed gets stronger. So if you keep feeding that wolf that says, I'm not good enough, or I suck, or I should go do something else, then eventually that's going to win.
Yeah.
Gus has a question.
Yeah, Gus has a question.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
absolutely.
Where is Yassine? I miss him.
Another question from Nathaniel. They said, what's it like descending from the mountains into Chamonix and running through spectator-lined streets, music blaring, to the CCC finish line?
Well, by the time I got there, unfortunately, everybody was sleeping. But no, it really is quite an amazing. When I came in for UTMB and CCC, it is something that I'll never forget. You feel like because a lot of this ultra running is kind of anticlimactic sometimes. There's nobody around. There's small races, the niche kind of sports, and This one you really feel like a celebrity or something, and the lights are bright. There's cameras everywhere. There's people cheering you on, and if it really makes it all worth it. When you know you've pushed through those low points and you forget about all that, forget all about the pain, and that's what kind of keeps you going back. I'm already thinking about how I want to go back next year.
Awesome.
Question from Trina. Trina asks, "What's your favorite part of the course, and what did you like best about the race itself?"
I think that part of the course that I had mentioned, that Bertoni, in between Bertone and Bonatti, it's in the Valferre area on the Italian side. If you look on my Facebook page or my Instagram, those photos speak for themselves. Like, you just feel like so small. You feel it's so open and exposed. It's so beautiful. The trails, it's like the sound of music, like running through
Yeah.
these meadows, in Austria or something. It was really just very joyful running through places like that, and just so beautiful. It's surreal. And that's one of the reasons I love the sport too, is just being able to get out to places like that.
Question from Todd. Todd asked, "Other than avoiding the 5-hour energy drink, what else could you have done to avoid your stomach going sour? Curious on how to fuel better for long runs."
Yeah, I was taking Tailwind, and I just couldn't take it down anymore, and I feel like I just got behind on calories. Maybe because it was an international race, some of the same foods were not available for me at the aid station, so I was just eating a lot of fruit. I was just sucking down oranges and watermelon, and but they had like sliced up like sausages and things like that, and cheese, and I'm pretty much vegan, so I wasn't eating that, and I just feel like I just kind of got behind. I wasn't liking the stuff that was in my pack. I wasn't able to put the tailwind down, and I just ended up getting behind. So I think that's just a part of like international travel to races, is you just have to come prepared, and maybe I just didn't have enough of my own stuff, because so
There's
it's a big part. The nutrition part is such the nutrition and hydration.
individual, unique.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very unique, but it's also such a big component, like, to get right. Obviously, so many people drop because of stomach issues, and
There's a couple more questions. There's one here in the live chat room from Trey asking, "Would you like other races to have a finish line like CCC, so that spectator line music fanfare? Do you like that sort of thing?"
I think it's great. I mean, I think, part of the reason why we do our aid stations at Y East Wolfpack was kind of like modeled after the European kind of energy. When I first started going over there and doing these races, I was like, man, this is great energy. These people are dressed up, and they're in costumes, and they're cheering people on, and they've got bells and champagne. And it's like, yeah, why not? It's on the other side, on the start, is where it gets you really hyped up, and like the UTMB
Right.
start line, that is, talk about like adrenaline and like welling up in tears before the race even starts. And no wonder why it goes out like a 5K.
Yeah. There's you also have you had the unique opportunity to start UTMB, which is 6 p.m., right? Starts
Yes.
later in the day, and CCC, which starts earlier than that.
Yes.
Which do you prefer? Because you got a chance to see a lot of the scenery that you didn't get to see during the day of one race over the other.
For the morning start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prefer the morning start.
Yeah, the morning start was much better. That night start was very difficult for me. Your circadian rhythms are, even though you tell yourself you're going to rest all day, it doesn't happen. And then, if you go through 2 nights, that's really tough.
Yeah, it's not even just staying awake for 24 hours at that point. It's like you haven't slept in 2 days, so it feels like 48 hours. I can only imagine how tough that one is.
Yeah.
Maybe one more live question.
A question from Bree or Bry. They asked, how welcoming is the Portland scene to slow newcomers? As a fairly new runner living in Eugene, Oregon, I'm just trying to test the waters and see what's around me.
Absolutely. We have Thursday night group runs and Tuesday night runs. Tuesday's a road, Thursday night is trail, and then we also have a women's group called the YE Sisterhood, and their motto is "No Sister Left Behind." And so they have the Sister Shuffle. So very, very welcoming. We call them our social runs. So it's not about going fast. It's about just like connecting with others, and we wait at trail junctions and regroup. And, one of the women that actually started coming to our run years ago, she was always the last person way back, but we always waited for her, and she just started getting faster and faster. She actually ran CCC this weekend.
Wow.
She dropped, but still the fact that she towed the line out there, like started off and made it 16 miles was like hugely commendable. So, I find there's a lot of groups in Portland, but just we're the best is what I'm trying to say. No, I'm joking.
Well, we can vouch for Yassine and Willie's just professionalism and all-encompassing open arms to anyone, all abilities, and it's fun. We've got a chance to run with these guys before, and it's a party. It's so much fun to run with these guys and gals. Like there's a huge community. And Goose. The dog Goose. Well, thank you, Yassine. We appreciate you taking the time out tonight. I know that your family's been waiting for you anxiously to get home and give you all the hugs, and we'll let you get back to them. We appreciate you taking some time for us, man.
Oh, thank you guys for having me, and thanks for all the questions. And I hope to see you guys soon.
Absolutely. And if you're watching this and you want to ask Yassine any residual questions, of course, he's on social media, at Yassine Daboon and stuff like that. Or is there a website, like if they want to follow up with any trail runs or anything like that they can find you?
Yeah, you can go to yeastwolfpack.com or our Yeast Wolfpack social media. It's WYEAST Wolfpack. Or feel free to reach out to me personally as well.
Sweet. And you can get one of his cool t-shirts. He's wearing a White Yeast Wolfpack shirt right now. They're really cool, made by Territory. They're awesome. Get the wolf shirts.
I'm just waiting for Yassine just to keep leaning back.
Fall and just like fall asleep.
Yeah.
It's like slap my head on the chair.
CCC, he was fine. It was actually the interview afterwards where he got injured. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. Go show Yassine some love. Thank you for being on the show. You guys know the drill. That's it for tonight's after show. Am I forgetting anything?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you for the GR Crew live on Thursday, which is a Patreon only for the $10 and above, but we'll do a live show on Thursday.
Oh, yeah, it's September.
It is September.
Wow.
Man.
Crazy.
Crazy.
All right, everyone. Appreciate it. Get out there, train hard, race harder, party hardest. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.